In one of my earlier videos, I've explained why the purpose of life goes beyond self-preservation, and at one level, what it is the purpose of life is to make an impact, right? So I think that theory can also explain a bit on why we find other races more exotic, right? The simple reason is that we will be able to make more of an impact when we are dealing with other races. I mean, people from your background, right? They are more intellectually and physically and culture-wise. They're more similar to you. They know what you know, and I mean, you're not really gonna shape the other person much with your interactions if you're dealing with someone of your own culture. But on the other hand, if you are dealing with someone of a different culture, they have an entirely a different background, different race. They have entirely different set of ideas, mannerisms, intellectual level, even physical traits, and so you think you would be able to make more of an impact by dealing with them. I mean, so intellectually you can definitely shape them a bit more. I mean, generally speaking, and even physically, right? You would. I mean, if you're dark skinned and if you subconsciously, if you think that if you touch another dark skinned person, you're not really gonna change their color much or whatever, right? Or, I mean, if I mean that's not gonna happen, but just imagine that you're gonna be having a kid with another dark skinned person, right? So it's the same skin color that the other your partner has that comes onto the child. But if you were to sort of have a kid with someone of another color, right? So you would you would you can visibly see that the child might have a little bit of your color into it, and so you can distinctly identify your impact in the process and all that. So I mean, if you just think about it, right, both intellectually and physically, when you are dealing with someone of a different background or a different race, I think it's the chances are you can make more of an impact than when you're dealing with someone from your own background. I think that's why we find other races more exotic and more attractive, right? It's actually a little bit similar to this, right? I mean, would you rather be with someone who's more jaded, or would you rather be with someone who's a bit more young and neotness and enthusiastic and all that, right? Uh, I mean, that when you're dealing with a jaded person, nothing you're gonna. I mean, much of what you say, it's not gonna get through to them, or you're not really gonna make much of an impact, right? Whether they are jaded or old or mature, or that's even why some of the guys prefer. I mean, goes both ways, right? Someone who prefers their partner who's a virgin, or who's not physically or emotionally damaged or whatever, right? Whatever, right? So that's the subconscious level I'm saying. So the thing is, it's all about making an impact, and so if you are with someone who's a bit more different, I know you would. The chances are high, and that's where the exoticness comes in. I'm not saying that you will always find the other groups attractive. I mean, if you associate, I mean, I'm not saying that you would never think that people of your own races are attractive. I'm not saying that. In fact, I haven't think that Indian or South Asian girls happen to be the hottest out there. I have my reasons for that in some of the other videos that I've made. But what I'm saying is, the exoticness adds a little bit of attraction to another group. I mean, and assuming that you don't have, I mean, you haven't associated many negative traits to some other race, I think you would. This helps in you getting attracted to them.